All of which brings us to our final thoughts, starting with Rich.
Yeah, interesting match. I thought we picked up from where we left off last weekend. Obviously, different opposition, but certainly some standout performances that as you've already mentioned. We've also got some people who, and Jay's just mentioned it. Sam Prendergast needs more time, more experience, but we know that. But the bottom line is that you only get it if you play in these matches. Otherwise, you don't get it. So it's good to see. Like I said, I think the highlight of the match for me is certainly the defense, the ability. What you raised earlier about can we keep this up for a whole season? That's an interesting point to make, but I think that the rotation is such that you can probably keep this going for a prolonged period of time. So all in all, very pleasing away win. The highlight obviously being that last gasp bonus point try that gives us the advantage of being able to play at home through to the semis should we get through the previous rounds in the competition.
Absolutely, Jay.
Yeah, hard to be too put out. It's 4 from 4, with one of the top seed spots. So I guess the only negative there will be the Hardy injury. Kind of waiting to see how. He walked off under his own power, so hopefully it's not too serious. Yeah, our defense is really building into something special. I have something written down here. It's great to see the likes of Furlong, Henshaw, Larmer, kind of real, coming back to years and really coming into their own under this new kind of system. It's obviously a big change for everyone, and it's good to see the guys excelling. Some of the names that we deploy, showing that they're class, not just Stuart Lancaster class, they're just class in general. And Joe McCarthy is just here to stay, right? It's hard to not kind of see him as future captain potential. He has all the physical attributes, but he has the mean streak. He seems to be Leinster to the bone sort of character, so it's great to see. The only, I suppose, negative would be, without dismissing the kind of very solid kind of Tigers opening, I think we need to be slightly better in the first quarter. And you're right when we say that we do figure these things out. People have a plan to lay down, but I'd like to maybe see us figure that plan out a bit more.
It's our own plan earlier on.
Yeah, and not conceding that first quarter. We've conceded in a couple of them in that rugby period. Now we come back, and it's great to see that we're kind of unflappable that way. But that would be a bad start versus the kind of big boys in Europe that you may not be able to bully as easily. So I think that's one thing that we can maybe, yes, they'll have a plan. Everyone's going to have a plan coming into play Leinster, as you say. But if we can hold out against that plan without going 10-0 down, that's the ideal. But yeah, looking forward to the round of 16 and really impressive performance.
Well, that's brilliant, lads. We're going to leave it there. Many thanks again to Rich and Jay for joining me. I hope to see you both on again soon. Thanks, lads.
Thanks. See you.
Thanks very much.
And as for our next batch of Harpin, look out for our 80-plus column on Tuesday. Then with no match next weekend, we'll be turning all our attention to the Six Nations, starting with an all-provincial preview panel pod next Sunday. I had to practice that a few times. As ever, keep up with our content on social media. The links are in the program notes. In the meantime, stay safe, everyone. Slán.